Diarmuid Kearney reporting for finalwhistle.ie this evening as Keith Long's reign as Waterford manager has kicked off with an emphatic 7-1 home triumph over Finn Harps at the RSC this evening. Despite that scoreline, however, it was a fairly tame start between the two sides. A lot of possession in the early exchanges. A fairly limp shot from Roland Idu was the only first chance that either side would have a goal. Harps, to be fair to them, were threatening early on, putting a few balls into the Waterford area, but Waterford weren't doing enough to clear them, one of which was cleared away by Killian Cantwell and almost sent Ronan Coughlin through on goal, but he just wasn't able to get a shot underway. A few minutes later, Coughlin was chasing down and over the top through ball. Flag had stayed down, but his curling effort just went more to the corner flag than into the back of the net. But however, just before the half-hour mark, they would take the lead. Roland Idu managing to cut in on the left channel and sent a rasper of a shot that flew past Tim Heimer into the Harps goal. Heimer might be a bit annoyed that he didn't save it. It went straight at him, but I think the power just took it past him. Waterford did stay on the pressure for a couple of minutes into that half toward the latter stages of it. And in the 44th minute, Ryan Burke sent in a terrific cross from a free kick on the right flank. It flew to the back post. A host of bodies were there waiting to head it home, but unfortunately it was Ellis Farrer who headed it into his own net to make 2-0. Waterford were not done there, however, in the opening half, and they made it 3-0 just before the referee called time as Killian Cantwell hammered home a volley into the back of the net. Into the second half, again, it was all Waterford, and they would make it 4-0 as Ronan Coughlin scored in the 54th minute, a goal that Tim Heimer will not want to watch back as he was at fault. Waterford remained on the pressure, however, Roland Idu managing to bag a second just before the 70th minute. Connor Parsons came off the bench, and he had a terrific cameo as he rifled home the sixth couple of minutes after that from a rebound that fell kindly to him inside of the area. Waterford looked home and hosed, but the seventh goal would come a couple of minutes later. Giles Phillips this time, he had a bandage on his head from an earlier incident between him and Philip De Silva. Bit of clash of heads between the two of them, but bandage or no bandage, he managed to get his head on the ball to make it 7. Harps would have a late consolation goal through Daniel Okwute, but unfortunately the comeback just was not on the cards as it finished at the RSC this evening. Waterford 7, Finn Harps 1.